I want to say thanks for taking the time to watch this video. Please like, share, and subscribe. Also, be sure to stick around and watch this video until the end because I'm going to share some important information about Chime that will definitely help you out. Now, in this video, I'm going to be talking about Chime Bank. Now, I know a lot of people have seen Chime all over, TV. They run a lot of ads and stuff like that, and it's getting really popular. A lot of people are switching to Chime over some other banks out there. And in this video right here, I'm going to break down some of the benefits that you'll get once you switch to Chime. First of all, Chime is not a physical bank. It's basically a virtual bank. Even though Chime is not a physical bank, there is actually a physical bank address that you can get. And basically in the back of Chime, when you sign up for Chime, it's 100% free. They're going to give you an address to a bank. Now, what Chime is doing is basically they're partnering with another bank. And Chime is essentially just an app. But, as far as like when it comes to receiving your money, they always send your money fast. They always send it on time. I actually first started using Chime back in 2020. I had signed up for a Chime account, but I never used it or anything like that because I had another bank, but I decided to try Chime. Now, when it comes to the Chime bank account, a lot of people want to know about some of the features that you get when you actually start using Chime or when you sign up for a Chime account. Now, they do have a feature called Spot Me. Now, basically, when you get Chime and you set up your, basically your Chime bank account to start receiving your check or your income, however you get paid, basically you set up to get direct deposits. What's going to happen is after you get your first 2 deposits, they're going to give you a limit. Basically, it starts out at like $20. It can go up to $500. And what's going to happen is basically it's a feature where you can essentially borrow money. Now, it does not really cost any money to borrow this money. Like say you get paid on every Wednesday or something like that. And let's say, something unexpectedly happened, like say your car broke down or you might need a little bit more groceries or something so you get paid. With the Spot Me feature on Chime, all you need to do is just go in there and choose the amount of money you want to borrow. Like I said, it starts out with $20. It can go all the way up to $500. It just depends on how much money you get paid. Let's say you get paid $1,000 like every week or something like that. What basically will happen is you'll probably have a limit after a few weeks up to $500, which you can borrow. Now, you can actually get the money on Spot Me for 100% free. You'll have to wait 24 hours until you're able to basically access the funds. Now, if you choose to get the money really quickly, you'll have to pay a $2 fee. And that fee won't come out until you receive your next deposit. What will happen is basically when you get paid again, say you borrow $500 from them, what they'll do is they'll basically take the $500 from you and actually $2 more. Now, you don't have to borrow the whole amount, whatever your Spot Me limit is. You can borrow half or whatever. But if you want to get the money, access to the money really quickly, you're going to have to pay a $2 fee, which I think if you're in a situation where you need money bad, what is $2? Or you can just wait 24 hours to access the money, however much you want to borrow. What they'll do basically is once you receive your next direct deposit, what they'll do is they'll basically subtract that money from your check and the little fee that you got for borrowing the money if you choose to get the money really quickly. And once they do that, after a couple of days, you'll be able to actually borrow the money again. Now, I feel like that's really a good thing, especially for people, having issues or something unexpectedly happens. But it's not like, if you borrow money from a bank where they have a lot of interest and stuff like that, you're not really paying anything. You can get it for free or just pay $2. But within a couple of days, you'll actually be able to borrow the money again. So if times are tight, you're having a hard time or, just anything comes up unexpectedly, you don't have to worry about like, say, I got paid $1,000 and I owe Chime $500. No, after a couple of days, you'll be able to borrow the money again. So if you have to keep doing that, unfortunately, then you have to do that. It doesn't really matter as long as you get your money that you paid to you from your company or whoever you work for or your employer every time you get paid. I don't think it really does matter. The first time I was using Chime was basically I decided to get my stimulus payment deposited in my Chime bank account. Now, what I did was I went to the government's website, I entered my routing information, my checking account number that Chime had gave me. I entered that and I actually got my money a couple of days earlier. That's one of the best features I like about Chime is like, say you normally get paid, on Wednesdays or something like that. Chime sometimes can actually get you your money a little bit faster. Like you might get it on Monday or Tuesday. It just depends. Also, Chime has another feature. It's called Credit Card Builder. And what that is basically, it's essentially funds that you basically get from your checking account, which they're deposited in there or whatever. Basically, the Credit Card Builder is essentially a debit card, but on your, your credit report and stuff like that, Chime makes it look like it's basically a credit card. So you can transfer funds inside Chime to your credit card builder. And like say you put $100 on there, on your credit report, Chime will report that you have $100 in there. And that actually helps raise your credit score as well. That's one of the best features of having Chime is they have basically that credit card builder in there. And it's actually known for raising your credit score. When I first started using that and I got my Chime account, my credit score did actually go up about 30 points within 1 month. Now, when it comes to bank statements and stuff like that, Chime also has that in the back of the app. Now, when you have Chime, you can actually sign up. I believe you can sign in Chime through your laptop or something like that, but most people, they're going to be signing in Chime through your phone, through the app. The app is really easy to use. And every single month they send you, your checking statement and also the credit builder statement. So if you want to print out any type of information like statements, like say you're trying to go get a car or say you need to move somewhere or something like that and you need to show proof, bank statements is in the back of your app. You just go to the back and they store this information for several years. I believe they go up to 3 to 5 years. So if you need to print out anything for checking or, your checking account or savings account, anything like that, just go in the back of the app. Another good thing about Chime app is basically it's really easy to use. And also, if you're worried, is your money safe or is it secure? Chime actually does cover your money just like any other bank would. They cover your money up to $250,000, just like every other bank out there. And the good thing about Chime is it doesn't matter what your credit is. So if you have bad credit or anything like that, basically just go to the website and you're going to sign up. You're going to get approved. And as far as how long it took to get my cards in the mail, it didn't take really long. I think it took about maybe a week or something like that when they sent the credit card, with the Chime credit card builder and my debit card. They sent that really quickly. And also with Chime, they do have it to where you can sign up where you don't get some of the features. You could just basically sign up and just use Chime for anything if you just want to deposit money in there. But I recommend you sign up when you sign up, wherever you work at, however you get paid or whatever your income source is or whatever. I recommend you to start getting direct deposits with Chime because, like I said, they have the feature where you can use Spot Me, like in case you need some money really quickly, you can borrow money from them. And also they have a lot of other good features. Like I said, it helps raise your credit. So when you do get your Chime account, I recommend you to switch over to Chime. A lot of people want to know how can they get started with Chime. Under my video in the comment section, I'm going to leave a link to the website. You click the link, you go there, sign up for Chime. It's definitely something that if you can't get approved at other banks or you have bad credit, it's definitely something that you want to use, especially to receive your funds. And like I said, they got that good feature. So say you're in a tight spot, you're in a jam, you need to borrow some money, you can use that. And it's really, you don't pay no interest or nothing on it. You just borrow the money. If you get your money quickly, you will have to pay a $2 fee. Or if you wait 24 hours, it's free. Just borrow the money and you can get your funds quickly that way. And it will definitely help you out if you're in a tight situation. With Chime, if you need to pay anyone any money or say someone wants to borrow some money or just something like that, they have a feature where you can basically send the money to a person. Basically, all you need is their phone number or either their email address. And what will happen is basically Chime will send them a link. And once they get that link, they click on that link and basically they link their debit card and they're able actually to claim the funds with up to 24 hours. So that's another good feature. And another good thing about Chime is basically when you get your bank account, you don't have to pay any monthly fees. Even some regular banks out there, they have monthly fees. Chime, you have no fees. And I feel really great about using Chime. Personally, I've been using Chime for several years. I've been using it for 5 years. I've got paid a lot of money through the company I work with. So my money's always been on time. I've never had any issues. Another good thing about Chime is they have really great support. You go into the back of the app. You ask to speak to an agent. You start talking to the agent through the app. If you have any questions or anything like that, the support is really good. If you have any issues with your Chime account, like say you have an issue where you want to dispute something or, have someone say you sign up for, like monthly bills or recurring bills and stuff like that. And you just don't want to have, the recurring bill anymore. Chime has a feature where you can actually go in there, you contact the people, like in the app, basically the customer support team or whatever through Chime. You contact them and tell them that basically, they say you sign up for Netflix or something like that, and you tried to cancel Netflix, and basically for some reason, Netflix keep coming in your bank account, your checking account, and you can't stop them yourself. You contact the people, Chime support team, you contact them through the app, and what they'll do is they basically block Netflix or anyone else that you can't pay anymore. You just choose not to pay them and they keep charging your card. So you go in there, contact them, they'll block them so you won't have any other issues with them taking money out of your checking account. And Chime is just really a good thing that I think a lot of people need to get, especially, if you have bad credit. Now, when it comes to rating Chime on a 1 to 10, I'm going to have to give Chime a 10 simply because of the support that you get. Not only that, they have these features where you can borrow money. Also, they have the credit card builder that will actually help raise your credit score. It's definitely a bank account that you want to get, whether you're a younger person, if you're an older person, or if you have bad credit, you definitely want to check out Chime. Like I said, under my video in the comment section, I'm going to leave a link to the website. You can click the link, you go there, sign up for direct deposit, and start receiving your money because Chime is definitely a good bank. I've actually noticed over the last couple months and stuff like that, Chime is actually getting a lot bigger. They're starting to show a lot more commercials and stuff like that. A lot more people are starting to know about it. And personally, I wish I'd have known about Chime several years ago. Like I said, they have no fees in there, no monthly fees, no maintenance fees, no minimum. If you want to keep $5 in your checking account or $0, it doesn't really matter. And also they have a feature where it's called overdraft spot me. So let's say basically you have to pay for a bill, and let's say you're short maybe like 20 bucks or something like that. Over time, your limit will go up. They basically start over like a $20 overdraft limit where it's free. Chime never has no overdraft fees, and it can go all the way up to $125. So let's say you go to the grocery store and you're in line or whatever, and it costs, say you have $100 on your card, and it actually like $150 or $200. With the Chime Overdraft Protect Me, you can basically go into your app, you can turn it on, and basically you can go over whatever amount of money you have to spend by $125 eventually. So that helps you out. And the good thing about it is not like any other banks out there. You're not going to have to pay any overdraft fees, and they'll cover you. And just when you get paid, basically they'll take the money back, and basically you can start over again if you need to. But Chime, on a 1 to 10, I'm going to have to give it a 10 as far as banks. And I think more people definitely need to use it. And when it comes to withdrawing cash from Chime, they actually have it to where you can withdraw up to $3,000 in a day. They have over 50,000 ATMs out there that are 100% free. They work with 7-Eleven and a lot of other ones. Just go into your app once you get Chime if you're looking for free ATMs. And inside the app, they'll basically show you on GPS, through the app where basically all the stores are, or the gas stations or ATMs where you can basically withdraw money for free. Chime also has another feature where it's called basically automatic savings. So essentially when you get paid or every time you swipe your card or whatever, you can set it to a certain percentage or certain amount where basically you can have some money put inside the savings account. Once you get inside your Chime app, it's going to have 3 different places where you can basically put your money or save it. They have savings, checking account, and they even have the Chime credit builder account. So when it comes down to Chime, when it comes to banking, it's definitely something you want to start using in your life. Hopefully this video right here helped you out. If you haven't, I recommend you to subscribe to my YouTube channel for more information about banks, finances, and credit cards. And also I'm going to share other ways on here where you can actually start making money. Because when it comes down to it, you got to have good credit. Not only that, you need to make as much money as possible. Please give this video a like if you found it helpful, and also drop some comments below if you would. And I'll see you guys in the next video, and I hope you have a good day.